Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Phay, and welcome to the channel. So why do ghosts like elevators? It lifts their spirit. Today, we're taking a look at, well, Rallyman Dirt. But I've already unboxed Rallyman Dirt. If you remember, I did that over on the Discriminating Gamers channel. I also unboxed this one here. Now, this Rallyman Dirt that I unboxed is the retail version from Holy Grail Games. Now, if you remember Holy Grail Games, they're no longer around, sad to say. All the expansion stuff, Synapsis Games picked up, and they kind of did this Monte Carlo expansion that had not quite all of it, but it had quite a bit of it. Okay, and I unboxed this one too. So why am I doing this? Well, after our Kickstarters, for those of us everywhere, got held up. All right, there was a Discord channel that was set up, and it was for all of us so that we can go try to figure out if we can ever get our games. Now, I want to shout out and I want to thank Captain Martini and Sniper Pig from that channel, because between the two of them, we got this. After what was been almost 2 years, they were able to work out a deal or figure out how we can get our games. Now, there's a whole bunch of back end stuff on how this happened and went down. I'm not going to go into the details on that. There's a whole Discord channel on that if you really want to get that information. But needless to say, I now have my official original Kickstarter original version of Rallyman Dirt, and I got an extra set of dice, and I even got the folded space insert for it. So now I'll tell you what, let's go to the table, and now let's actually unbox the complete collection for Rallyman Dirt from Holy Grail Games. All right, folks, here we go. This is what I assume to be Rallyman Dirt, because I don't really, I see Rally Dirt. I'm guessing that's what this all means right here. But this is the original Kickstarter bundle from Holy Grail Games, and this is supposed to be the complete collection. All right. And I know we had to pay a little extra to get this shipped back to us, which is fine for me because I really wanted to get it, even though I have the other. It's just I wanted the complete, and I don't quite have the complete. So you are looking at this the same time I am. All right, and let's see if we can get this thing opened up without doing any damage, anything on the inside. Let's take this journey, folks. Let's see what's on the inside. I am excited about this. I have been waiting for this game, and I'll tell you what, I didn't think I was ever going to see this game. I never thought I would. Okay, let's get this top cardboard piece off. Oh, and all I see is Rallyman Dirt, and that makes me excited. Now, it looks like we're going to have a little spacer right here, so let's get this thing out of the way as well. Just going to throw stuff off to the side. So we're going to open all this stuff up that's inside this box. So we're going to have our R4 and R5 cards. Just put those off to the side. All right. We're going to have our co-pilot pack. All right. So we'll take a look at that. Our RX pack. Oh, this one's heavy. I think there's some tiles in that one. We have the Climb. All right. I'm going to definitely be getting some more tiles in there. We have the 110%. Some of this is come back to my brain now. All right. This is just a ton of tiles. All right. And there it is. Now, this, I think, is going to be the same as I got to get this off the camera because I can't get out of the box. This, I believe, is going to be the same as my retail version of Rallyman Dirt. So the Rallyman Dirt that I already did the unboxing for in the Discriminating Gamer, I do believe is the same as this one right here. Okay. Now, this game, I'm going to butcher this. Jean-Christophe Bouvier and Jolene Drans and Lokmuzi. Oh, you guys are cringing every time I say a name, don't you? I cannot get those names, but that is going to be looks like your designer and your illustrator. And I absolutely love the artwork in this game. Okay. So there we go. 2021 is when this thing should have been coming out. 1 to 6 players, 14 and up, and we're looking at ages, or 60 minutes. Sorry, ages, 60 minutes and up. Okay, so without further ado, let's just get this opened up. We are just going to go through everything in here. This main box we're probably going to go through pretty fast. I don't imagine this box to be too much different than the original one that I did, but just in case something gets missed or it is a little bit different, I don't know. All right, but as you can see, this is the Holy Grail Games one, and that's what my original game is as well. All righty, so inside of here, what are we going to get? We're going to get a nice little Rallyman bag. So this is going to be for all tokens and stuff, or hazard tokens we're going to put on the board. We're going to get a lot of Ziploc bags. But remember, I have this right here. I have the folded space insert for it. So, and I'm just going to put this in here because we also got some extra dice for this as well. It was kind of a package deal that we end up getting. So like here's the set of dice, okay, that I got, and this is the extra. All right. So yeah, when they were able to send these to us, then they just basically, our choice was you get the complete collection, and what showed up in a box is what showed up in a box. And I will say I'm absolutely thrilled for what I have right now. Okay. So we're going to get our cards here. These are going to be for like our 6 cars. All right. So as you can see, and these, they're going to be the same. All right. And then we're also going to have, okay. Oh yeah. See, look at, there's going to be your cars. Now, I am a sucker for good car artwork, man. I'll tell you what, I think these all look really cool, especially for these rally cars. Absolutely love rally cars. All right. So put those back in here. We don't need those. Now we're going to get a bunch of cards. Now, a lot of the cards, we'll open these packs and look at them. A lot of the cards don't have much on them. They're just going to have some different numbers. You got your times on them. All right. Now, it has been a while since I have played Rallyman. But let's cut this deck in half because that is a lot of cards. So see, you have all these ones. You're going to have the 50. There's not a lot to look at in these cards. Okay. You got your 2s, which are going to have your 40. All right. Your 3s got your 30. All the way up to your 4s have your 20. Okay. So we're not missing too much on those. If we come over to this back side, you got your 0 for your 1 minute. All right. And I believe that is actually the same on the back side of all these, other than we have that one card sitting right there. Okay. Which is that one. All right. Put him off to the side. And then these are going to be the same. We're just going to leave those in the pack. Okay. Because that's not what we really need to look at. I think a lot of us have already seen what's inside of this. But there you go. There's going to be your rally cars, just little plastic cars. These are fine. I know some people have actually substituted these other cars out for these. I am totally cool with these little cars. So I used to, by Farm of the Day and D-Days, I used to get other cars, paint them up, and do all that, and I kind of stopped doing that. All right, so we're going to have our rule book. Let's slide this off to the side, and let's get all these cards off to the side so we can actually take a look at this rule book. Now, I know this rule book's going to be, it's like, what, 20-some pages? Looks like. It is. What do we got? We got 31 pages, but it's also going to have a bunch of tracks in it as well. Okay, so let's get this up here so we can see it. All right, now here's all the components you're going to be able to get. Yeah, 31 double-sided track tiles. So technically with my 2 sets, I have 62 tiles because you know what? Can you really have enough tiles for this game? All right, now we have all of our setup here and how this is going to go. And I do like how it has all your numbers and exactly how they're going to go. And there you go. You just build your track. So your game, your rounds, your turn. You got your dashboard. All right, and the dice. How you're going to be able to work the dice, because I know you're setting them out there, and how you're going to do your turn. All right, you got your coasting damage. All right, you got a -1, but just a little bit of jumps, how the jumps are going to work, just some details on how to play the game. You got your water hazard, overtaking, other cars on corners, special cases. Ooh, there you go. Other cars performing a slide. All right, so this one from Rallyman GT, this one does have a couple more interesting mechanics that I do like. Now, going flat out, man, just either rolling the dice one by one or going flat out. That's one of the biggest things you're going to do in this game is you got to determine which one of those you're going to do, and that could make or break your car, but sometimes you just need to go flat out because you just got to catch whoever's in front of you. All right, if the player loses control, we got your end of turn over here. All right, what we got? Some damage tokens, and I believe that's what's going to go in that bag. If I remember correctly, ending a stage and then continuing the rally. Go from race to race to race. There you go. Stage 1, stage 2. Very cool. And that's what's cool is you can actually go from rally to rally to rally. And if you carry over the damage and stuff on your car between them, that's what's really, really cool. Okay. All right. Let's see. So we have Rally 1. Okay, we got those 3 tracks. Rally 2 is over here. Now there's some just really cool little tracks. I love the look of these tracks. That's the cool thing about the rally tracks is it's not just a circle and keep going around and around and around. You're just start to finish and you just run your track. All right, we got our Rally 4, Rally 5, and Rally 6. Okay, and this is going to be your rally sheet right there. This is what you're going to be able to photocopy. And you might be able to, I'm sure you can find that online to download somewhere as well. Okay, so the last thing is let's take a look at all of the tiles in here, and let's look at that great artwork at the bottom of the box. Fantastic. So the tiles we have, and these are good tiles too, I'll show you. So let's pop this one out. As you can see, they're nice, they're thick. I've never had a problem with even Rallyman tiles, and of course these are going to be the same as the Rallyman. So they're actually really good tiles. Can I get that back in there just to help hold its placeholder? There we go. Okay, so let's take a look at them front and back. Try to keep the glare out for you guys, and you can get a better look at each one of them individually. You'll see all the other little tokens along the way. It's those tiles that, man, it's those tiles that I'm looking at. All right. Got 4. Oh, see, some of these are just got the mild corners. Some of them are going to be a little hairpin, like this one down here. You got that little hairpin corner, another hairpin corner. Yeah, all kinds of different stuff going on. Oh yeah, look at that guy right there. That is nasty. And then you got the super tight corner, and look at that guy. Shoo. Yeah, some of these are, boy, you can put together just some really fun, cool tracks. And that's what I've done with just regular Rallyman, is I've built some really cool and unique tracks. And it's just fun to lay them out and then just try to run them. So it's all really good stuff. All right, got to have just some regular straights. Sometimes you just got to have some straights. It looks like we got our finish line right there. All right, or a finish line here going into that. Very cool, very cool. And there's your starting line right there. Okay, and that, folks, that's what you're going to get inside this main core box. So what we're going to do is we're just going to shove all this stuff right over here, put this over into the corner. All right, this extra set of dice I'm throwing in here. We got this, those deck of cards. I know they're going to go flying all over the place, so I'm going to have to go take care of those later. I just got to remember not to flip this box up on its side for now. All right, that actually should go under that stuff. I'm going to fix it in a little bit. But that is going to be your core Rallyman dirt. There you go. That is the core game. But we have just scratched the surface, because now we're going to open up these. And I do believe everything from here will fit into this main core box, except for, I believe, the tiles. If I remember right, we have to take the folded space insert. I believe, oh, my dogs are going crazy again. The folded space insert, I believe it has some extra boxes where the tiles actually fit outside. They're not actually going to fit inside the core box. But I have 2 copies of the core game, so I may actually design a 3D insert. All right, that will actually store everything in the 2 boxes. And I would be happy with that. Okay, although I don't know if I necessarily need 2 copies of this game. Well, okay, it's for the tiles. I probably do. All right, so what else do we have in here? Let's pull this out. Okay, now that is going to be everything for this one. I'm trying to keep these separate too, because I'm going to slowly play each one of these individually as well. I'm going to gradually add them in. So we have our 110%. Let's move that core box out of the way so we can actually get this up in here. And let's take a look at our rule book here and what we're going to get. So we're going to get 24 more track tiles, which is great, 6 more dashboards, some weather tokens, and 96 second tokens. All right. So we have gravel, asphalt, and snow. So, and then gravel, asphalt, and snow tire. So yeah, you definitely have to make sure that you have the right tire for the right weather conditions. Rolling dice, you got your advanced rules for, you got your hand braking, you got your weather. And then we got Rally 7, Rally 8, the tribute to Fabio, and Rally number 9, which actually is kind of a combination between snow and gravel. So that could be fun. All right. And let's look at our new dashboard cards. Let's see, where does this one open up at? Right here. All right. So there we go. There's our dashboard. So we got our snow, our dirt, and our gravel. All right. And our little, I'm not sure. I don't know what the trophy one is. All right. But that is both sides of it. And I believe they're both are the same. Okay, cool. But yeah, we're just going to have all those, but just in different colors. Neat. And let's take a look at what these tiles are going to offer. Okay, this might be a little longer than normal just because there's a lot of expansions for this one, but I'm so excited about this one. Okay, and there we go. Oh, that's cool. So we're going to have snow on one side, and then we're going to have our dirt on the other. So that way, if you just don't always want snow, you flip it over. And I do believe they're the same tile. So it looks like, because you got like this S right here, and I bet over on this side, it's going to be, yep, See, it's going to be a dirt. So there you go. So you have a nice little snow and dirt. It's just going to give you that much more of a variety. And that's really cool. I like how they do that. That way you're not always having to, you know, pretend the snow is dirt or pretend the snow is asphalt. You just flip it over and you have the other side. And there's your start and finish for this one as well. Okay, very cool on that one. Now let's see if we can get this in here. That's just going to slide right in through there. And like I said, we're going to keep all this together in their little boxes because I want to be able to get to these individually one by one. So that's kind of one of the things I like to do. I like to take a game, I'll play the core base game, learn it, and then I'm just going to add in one of the expansions. Do it again, add in one of the expansions, and we'll take a look at each expansion as they go. Now, where is the side to open this one up at? Looks like it's right here. This one doesn't have that little, oh, there it is. I just missed it. The little circle. Okay. Woo. See, I'm just so excited. Man, I'm not seeing straight now. Now, this is the climb. What is the climb? Well, my guess would be it's going to be while you're climbing a hill. So let's see how this is going to go. Now I'm going to overfold this so I can put everything back in easy enough. And let's go ahead and flip it upside down because there's stuff on the top of this one. Ouch. That landed on my toe. Okay, and we got more stuff. We have dice. All right, so let me get the stuff off the floor. So on the floor, it looks like we're going to get, all right, not on the floor. Okay, so we have 6 boards, player boards, and these are all dual layer player boards. So as you can see, they are nice and thick, and this is where you're going to be able to put some of your tokens. That is cool. Now, we're going to get some more Ziploc bags. And we're going to get some more dice. I'm assuming these are going to be basically some more of the same dice. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I think they're just more of the same. Now, let's put this guy over here. And let's take a look at our rule book for the climb. And let's see what the climb has got to offer for us. Okay, so double thick dashboards, definitely for sure. Just going to get 5 more dice, 1 of each color. And then, as you can see, here's all the different tokens we're going to get. All right, and it looks like all these different square dashboard tokens. So we got weather and gears and all this other stuff. Very nice. And the unlimited dashboards, setting up your track tokens. All right, see if I can get that page turned. All right, and then we're gonna have our dice. We've got our break dice. Oh yeah, so this is cool. So this is actually showing kind of how things are on your dashboard. We got our climb tiles. Oh yeah, so you're ascending and descending tiles. So you're looking for your little arrows down there on the board. Got your ascending and descending, so that's going to make a difference on your speed. Hill climbing. Okay, cloud tokens, GT dashboard, repairs, tire changes, your rally dashboard. All right, different track types, and gravel, asphalt, snow again. All right, and then of course using dice and rolling your dice and going flat out. Very cool. And then we got ready to play. We got a climb 1 and a climb 2. So we got these nice little hill climbs to do. Now, so it looks like this is going to be, I'm assuming, all the dice you're going to get, and you're just going to populate those into your dashboard. This is almost looking like one of those expansions that once I play is just almost going to be thrown in most of the time. At least that dashboard, if I can use that dashboard in just the basic core game. Very cool. Now this try 1 and try 2, that almost sounds like, did you make it to the top of the hill climb? I'm not, how many times you got to try to make it up to the top of that. And there you go. So I'm guessing these are going to be, so every color is designated to your number. So I'm wondering if that's kind of the way that is. Well, no, because you got your 1s and then you got your 5s here, which, yeah, I'm really excited to see how that's going to play out. But there you go. That is the dashboards for this one. So this guy, we got to sit there and we got to figure out how all this is going to go back in this box. And let's see. I thought they were 2x2 with this going down on the end, but it's going to overhang a little bit. It might overhang too much, so let's just see if we're just going to put them in 3x3 like that, and let's just stick them back in the box. Okay. So, and this is the climb. Now, if there's any of you folks out there that also been waiting for this game as long as I have, definitely let me know. Did you get your copy as well? Have you been following this campaign and everything that's been going on with it? Just trying to make sure that, eventually one day we can get our copies. So I'd be curious how many people out there are like that. Because I know when I got my copy, they had a like a PDF sheet that had all of the zip codes of the people that were ordering them. And I know I was the only one in my zip code that was ordering this one. So I didn't know nobody else in my area was waiting on their copy. All right, now let's see if we can get this one here opened up. This one, what do we got for this one? This is the RX. Okay, what are we at time-wise? Not doing too bad. We got this one and one more. Well, actually, one more big one like this. Okay, and I got to figure out how those dashboards are going to go in that other box because they're actually 2x2. Oh, I see there's room on the side, so they're just going to go 2x2x2. All right, so let's see if we can get this guy. And see, look at that. I'm always doing it upside down because a lot of stuff just falls right out the bottom. And I will say, I'm happily and pleasantly surprised everything's in really good shape, being as these things have been sitting in a warehouse in Canada for 6 years. Or in a distribution center in their warehouse. Okay, so what are we going to have here? 15 more track tiles. Let's get all this in here for you guys. 3 arch standees. All right, and it looks like we're going to get maybe some more dice as well. We got a joker lap. All right, let's see. Building your track. We got the setup for this one. Some more damage tokens, the game, the rounds, determine your play order. This almost looks like a regular core rule book. But we got the joker laps. We got to figure out what the joker lap is. The rules of the road. All right, the pre-grid. Interesting. Fork tiles. Oh, I'm going to love seeing some of the tiles in this one. All right, some damage tokens. Here's our load dashboards. We got advanced rules. So we got full contact and we have pushing. Oh, okay, and then just how our impact damage. We got our danger tokens. All right, weather, and then pushing through. Now, customizable racers, and this is cool. So you can actually go head to head. You can do time trials. You got your dirt, you got your GT, and I have everything for this one as well. That's why I went all in on this one, is because I love both of these. Because Rallyman GT are circuit tracks, whereas this one here is just stage tracks. All right, so it's a little bit different type of racing. All right, so track rules. All right, we got our tiles, damage bag, some advanced rules. Boy, there is a lot in this one. The auto tour. What's going to be cool is I want to see how all this compares to what is it? I think it's my Monte Carlo expansion that I got that has most of the stuff in it. Now, see, this is cool. Look at this. You got this track that kind of comes around. You can dodge it in through here. It's going to come around. So it's got a couple different ways to go. Very nice. All right, and here we go. So maybe start here, come around, keep looping, however you're going to do it. Or here's your finish line. So you're basically start and finish on that one. And like I said, with all the tiles you have, you can just make up your own tracks too. You don't have to do these ones here. Half the fun to me on this game is just making up my own. And then, oh, there we go. Look at that nice ice track. That looks fantastic. That looks fun. Okay, so that is going to be the rule book. Let's just kind of get that started. And let's see what we have for these. So we're going to have definitely some more tokens for our cars. We're not going to have a shortage of tokens in this game. I will tell you that. All right, and there's, oh yeah, see, look at, we got both those tracks coming right there. We got our fork. Oh, yeah, these ones are just going to be, these ones are going to be really fun to add. Okay, very cool. And the artwork in these is just fantastic. I love the artwork on these. All right, backside here, and here's the last of them. Very nice. Yeah, these are going to be some really fun ones. Okay. And then I thought on, yeah, see, now this one's going to go from 3 lanes down into 2. So that's actually really cool as well. All right, let's just kind of get those started in here. Now, what are we going to get here? So we're going to get a set of dice. I'm not going to show you any more dice. We've all seen all of the dice, so we know what the dice look like. Okay, they're just the, I have to shove him in later. They're just the same kind of dice. But what we're going to do here is we're going to get different cars. All right, so we're going to have another Ziploc bag. And let's see what we have. So we have the GT 5R. All right, so that's going to be the front side of that card. GT front R. Okay, so I think they're the same. Are they the, yeah, no, they're a little bit different on both sides. Okay, but you're going to get that one. And is that all these ones are? No, let's see. Okay, we'll look at those ones in a second. And then there's that. Okay, oh, and this is like your tires. This is, okay, so yeah, I see. I remember now. So your tire size is right here because like right there's going to be like your snow tire. This is probably your asphalt tire. Okay. All right. And then we'll take a look at these. And this is probably going to be your dirt tire right there. So yeah, so basically there's should be 3 of those. They're going to have the different tire sizes. Man. Okay, so that was the GT5. We got the GT4Rs. Now let's look at the 3 different ones here. So we're going to have, all right, there's going to be your snow tire. All right. And is that all these are just going to be snow tire? And then I can't read that. But there we go. Okay, greetings driver. Some of the cards in this expansion were misprinted. Okay, so these are going to be some replacement cards. All right, so, and that's going to be, yeah, so then here's going to be this side. And do we have a dirt side? That one's just going to be all your asphalt. Oh, yeah, so we got that one, the 622, and then come over here, it's going to be your 522 and your 1. Okay. So the different race cars are going to, for the different tracks and different tires, are going to give you everything you're going to need. All right. And thing is we're going to get it. I'm not going to go through every single one of these because there's so much. Okay. So it looks like we're going to have some weather information on this one. All right. Here's the 4 GTs. All right. There's so many, and I'm pretty sure all these are available for you guys to go look at. I just want to see what comes in each one of these sets. So that's going to give you a view of just a couple of these that you can now take a look at. Okay, so let's shove all this stuff back in this box. Just kind of slide those in. You know what? It's going to have a big bulge. I'm going to go finish this, fix this thing up later. Get that in there. See that? That's kind of, yeah, it's almost cringeworthy right there. That's too much. All right. And we'll just close this and push this one off to the side. Good enough for now. Because now let's go look at this one. They fill these things up so full. So, I mean, each one of these expansions, just so you guys know, has so much stuff in them. Okay? There is just so much stuff. And to me, the tiles is, I love having more tiles, but I love having the extra rules. The ice is really cool. The hill climbing actually is really nice. I do like those double-sided dashboards. Now this is the co-pilot. So this is probably going to give us some stuff because we have to have a good co-pilot on rally tracks, right? Okay, so let's put these off to the side. We'll just take a look at these because we have them right here, but we're going to take a look at a couple more tiles. Very nice. These look like they're just going to be just some tiles you can just put off to the side. All right, looks like we're going to be building a little bridge piece maybe. Very nice. All right, so that's all we're going to get on that one. And then what do we have here? These are upside down. Okay, so here's your co-pilot pack. So we're going to build a bridge. And I know original Rallyman had a bridge, so we're building another one of those. All right, and we have our soft tires. Okay, so here's going to be your soft tire icons. All right, let's see if we move this so we can get this all back in here. All right, and here we go. So we got our soft tire dashboards. So this is basically, theoretically, this is the first expansion you probably want to add to the game. You got your double downshift. All right, and then you're going to have your 00 time cards for when you're doing your time rallies, and then your filler and podium tiles, as all those are right there. So very nice. So this one looks really cool. This is almost one that you almost want to throw in at the very beginning, just because of what it's going to add. Now, what are we going to have right here? So we're going to have just some more of these cards, and they're just the time trial cards. You're going to have your times on them, so we don't need to worry about those, but we'll just give you a glance at what the GT4R and the GT6. Now, those other ones, it might have replaced some of these. I have to go look and see because they said those are for some misprints. So I got to go find out what was misprinted. All right. And I know my original GT had some misprinted cards as well. And the original Kickstarter, this was supposed to give me those replacement cards, and I never did get those, which is kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. Okay, now, this is about all we have left. Where are we out of time? Wow, we're, like I said, running long. If you're still with me, thank you very much. If you're not still with me, well, you can't hear this. But thank you very much. So, what are we going to get here? In here is going to be our R4. And I think here is going to be, oh, okay. Get this off to the side. So this is going to get us, all right, so we're going to get another orange and white dice. And we're going to get our R4 board. All right, so we got to definitely make sure we have the right ones. Now this is our rule book for the R4. which is just playing with R4 cars. So here's your different gear dice, your coast dice. All right. And I think it's cool to play with the different types of cars because these are just going to give us some different rally cars. All right. So they're the same plastic, but it's just a little different model. Okay. Very cool. But I do like how they include this kind of stuff. And then there's your regular R4. So for the different tires, you got your snow. And then, of course, you're going to have, looks like your dirt. Okay. So that's what you're going to get inside of here. So, and having all these different varieties of cars is actually really fun because the different varieties of cars, at least I know in Rallyman, they played a little bit different. And that's what I did like about them. So that way you can get the faster cars, you can get some of the slower cars, just a lot of variety. Now, let's get this one out. And this is going to be our 5 cars. And the nice thing is all those other expansions taken into consideration, all these different types of cars. So it's good to have these as well. Okay. And let's get this out here. All right, so this is going to be our 5 cars. All right, take a look at that. So you're going to playing with those. There's your rules for that. You got your boost die. And there you go. Okay, so there we go. We got our snow. It looks like we got our dirt right there. Okay, we're just going to show you those. We're going to have our green dice here. And then, of course, I'll open this one up. I didn't do it for the R4s, but I'll open this one up. These ones are just so you can get a better view of those. But as you can see, I think they look cool. And I don't know if it necessarily matters if you use this one or if you use the other one. Although I do believe this model kind of represents what's on the card to give you a better idea. But as long as the color matches for me, that's all I need. Okay, cool. That is all of the cars. That is all of the base expansions, dice, all that other kind of fun stuff that you're going to get. So there's only one more thing that I'm going to just quickly open up just to show you, because if they did what I remember, it's actually going to be really, really cool, but we're going to put that off to the side. And all I'm going to do in this one is I'm not going to put the sucker together right now. It's going to go together really fast, though, is we're just going to look and see what is on the inside of this. Because if I remember right, okay, so first thing is you're going to get these 2. Now, you're going to fold these up, and they're going to be in the boxes. And this is where you're going to actually put all your tiles. All your tiles are actually going to sit in these. Are not going to sit in the core box because there's so many tiles. But all of that, all the tiles should fit in both of these 2 boxes. All right. And I know some of these inserts Folded Space did where they actually, and this is what I'm looking at, and they didn't on this one, unfortunately, is they actually paint some of the stuff on the side. But I'm going to go through and I'm going to build this one up as well. And I'll probably end up having a review of this on top of it. But, okay, I just wanted everyone to see that and what you would get inside of this Folded Space, because I absolutely love Folded Space inserts. I have so many of them. It's sometimes easier for me just to get these than it is to go ahead and design and build my own, which I have done many, many, many of those. Okay, but folks, there you go. That is... wow, that is Rallyman Dirt and all of its expansions. Like I said, we're going to get the R4, the R5 cards. You're going to get all these other boxes. Okay, the Hill Climb, the Co-Pilot Pack. You're going to get everything. Whew, there is so much stuff here. It is unreal. But that is it for now. So I'll tell you what, let's head back up top and let's close this out. Well, there you go, folks. That is the original Rallyman Dirt. This is the complete collection that if you would have backed this game several years back, this is what you would have gotten. Okay, this is everything that comes with it. I even showed you the Folded Space insert. That I know is an extra that you may or may not have picked up. I'm happy to be able to get a copy of that as well. And like I said, this is the original from Holy Grail Games. Okay, I know it's been reprinted and another company has picked it up, and I'm so happy that they have. I think it's Synapsis Games. I'm so excited that they did, so that way this game can continue living on because it's so good and it just deserves it. But this is it. This is the complete collection from the original Kickstarter from Holy Grail Games. And again, I want to thank Captain Martini for his effort throughout the last several years, for doing everything he could to still get us these games. This is mostly for the folks of us, a few of us that are in Canada and the United States. He's been working effortlessly to try to get us these games. And also Sniper Pig. I'm not sure a whole lot of what he did during the campaign, but I do know that he spent a lot of time shipping out stuff at the very end. And I can't thank those two enough for getting us or helping us so that we can still get copies of this game. Well, thank you once again for joining me today. As always, I please ask you to like this video on YouTube, on Board Game Geek, on Facebook, or even on X. please leave me a comment on any one of those platforms, and I'll get to those comments just as soon as I can. And also, folks, if you like the videos that I do here, if you haven't done so already, I humbly ask you click on that subscription button and even click on the bell and be notified when I drop new videos. And also, if you like the videos I do here, I also post videos over on the Discriminating Gamers channel. Over there, we'll do some unboxing, some reviews, and some playthroughs. I'll leave a link to Cody's channel down in the details below. So what are a ninja's favorite type of shoes? Sneakers.